welcome to the greatest sports show on planet Earth. This is Sports in 60 Minutes, live on our Rival Studios. I'm Femi. I'm excited to have you join us today. We've got loads of stuff to touch on, and the Super Eagles, by the way, had 2 good results. I'll be sharing the thoughts with the guys right here. We'll explain all of that. We look forward to club football returning for this weekend. I've got great guys right here with me. Francisca Nwobodo is here today. She is all excited and happy. Francisca, it's a good... Francisca, at least smile now.
I'm listening to you now.
I'm introducing you. We're here today. It's good. You're here in one piece. It's all good. At least I got the smile out from you. We've also got...
Like you did that.
Yeah, I know. Well, next week we'll have the conversation next week.
What conversation? Please.
That conversation.
We've ended that conversation. The last time I checked, that conversation was over.
What do you mean? It's talking about the forfeit. We can get off air for that. The forfeit.
I've heard you now.
Okay, that's
Femi.
fine. That's all right. I like your
God.
honesty. Let's also get the honest opinion right here coming through. We've got someone new today. Drey is with us today. That's what he goes by. That's the name on the street. Drey, how are you doing today?
Thank you very much. It's so lovely to be with you guys in the world of sports. So I'm excited to be with you here today.
All right, so we'll be sharing thoughts coming in concerning the Super Eagles. The games completed. We'll also bring you details from Nigerian football stories. Paralympic games came to a close as well last week. And then this week, loads of big football games to watch out for the weekend. Let's head for a break. When we come back, we'll start off things from the new segment right here on the show. Oh, welcome back. It's still Sports in 60 Minutes right here on our Rival Studios. There's been loads of great stories, so the guys will touch on their thoughts concerning it. Francisca is still right here. We've also got Drey. He's got right to make his thoughts. Talking about thoughts, everyone says that if you go to Luton Town, you can revive your career. We saw that with Ross Barkley, saw that a few other players as well who went there. This time, Nigeria's Victor Moses confirmed this week he signed for them on a free transfer after leaving Spartak Moscow. I think it's a great move for him in the championship.
Yeah, very, very, very well. When I saw the news, I was very, very excited for him because when you look at that history of that club, signing some ex-players who have fallen out of place or their club, you find out that they have a way of reviving such player. And I can bet you, next season, you're going to be seeing that club back to the Premiership again. So it's a good move for him. And I feel Victor Moses is ready because before now, I can tell you that some Premiership club who were interested in him. But I feel he knows that, I can get my career back with this club. Let me go and join them. So it's a very fantastic move for him.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. Hopefully he'll come back to the national team, if which is where horses. Who knows? Francisca, let's get your thoughts.
National team. Oh my
Francisca,
God.
we'll touch on the Super Eagles later.
I doubt if that's going to be possible.
The door is not shut. Like you said, there's always...
Well, he never retired from the international career.
Let's talk about the Junior D Tigress. They're currently in South Africa. The girls went first before the guys. The guys had some challenges. But it seems as though the teams are doing well. The girls are in the semi-final. Great story.
Yes, great story. And I think I have to commend them. We saw that, the back and forth in the times of, during the game, and they were able to pull through. That, for me, this is quite huge for me. And their next game, they'll be playing the likes of Uganda in the semi-finals of the championship or the tournament or whatever would call it. So I'm just waiting to see how their performance will be thus far, honestly.
All right, so what I can tell you is that as of the third quarter, the Junior Tigress were leading with as much as 18 points, so as many as 18 points, right? This same Egypt team had defeated them earlier in the group phase. For them to go this far, absolutely brilliant. I'm talking about another brilliant stuff. It's very weird, Drey, to see footballers move from Europe and go across the Pacific or the Atlantic all the way to South America. And this one, Memphis Depay, he switched from, after his contract expired with Atletico Madrid, it's confirmed he signed for Brazilian side Corinthians. I listened to the manager, talking about Ronald Koeman, say, look, the national team door shut for him. What's your thoughts on this move and his chances?
Well, for him, I think his career, I don't know if you are tracing it right from Manchester United to Barcelona, from Barcelona to Atletico, I don't know what is actually happening to that young man. But I feel they know the best. So they feel they want to play where they feel they are valued. I think that's the most important thing. They don't mind leaving the Europe to go and play in another junior team or junior league. They want to feel valued. They want to be involved. And when you as a coach or you as a club don't see them being part of your project for that season, they have to leave. So that has been his own career from one club to another, and never really get his own career back the way people are actually looking at him for. So I think I just hope he gets everything that he wanted in Brazil.
In Brazil, is it possible?
One thing he'll be closer to it. He'll be closer to the beach. So it means Copacabana. Whenever the beach carnival comes, Copacabana. He'll be right
immediately after the games, and he just goes.
There's no need to fly
at all. Let me go to the beach and go and do, those things we used to do.
I know.
The shady things.
No, I don't do shady things.
You do shady things.
Talking about shady things, one manager comes out to clear the air, says there's no shady report whatsoever. He has not stepped down as the coach of the national team. Talking about the Super Eagles, Austin Nwobodo. He handled the team for 2 games. 1 victory, which I predicted, and 1 draw, which unfortunately...
Say that again.
I predicted
a
win. I told you, I said Benin. Remember when I said that? I said Benin.
But you said win. I said 1 win and 1 draw, but I wasn't specific with the games.
You didn't check your crystal ball properly. I checked mine. It said Benin will beat them through it. I beat them through it, we did. Then the second game, which was against Rwanda. If that go for Ademola Lookman had been counted.
Should be if. It is if. But the goal wasn't counted.
Let's talk about Nwobodo.
Yes, after that game, he made some statement. He came out to say, the mandate for me to coach the 2 games is over. And, everyone decided to say, we don't have a coach any longer. He has resigned. He has stepped. I've not heard from the horse's mouth anyway, but I know I had an audio where he said that the 2 games that he was mandated to take charge, he has taken charge. He doesn't know what next against for the rest of the games. That I think we have Libya next, and by October. So let's just wait and see if he will still be the one that will be given the mandate to coach the 2.
To be a double header against Libya.
So let's wait and see what happens. But in my own opinion, I think at this point, just allow him to do the job at this point, because the truth is, there's no coach coming to say that, I want to coach the Super Eagles of Nigeria, or even the NF. The last one was Labadia, in which had a whole lot of
Let's not open Pandora's box.
Exactly. Yeah. But after then, we've not heard the NFF come out to say, we've staged out another another vacancy.
They have.
But we've not heard any coach,
what they have confirmed,
of these applicants to
if
say
I may,
they have applied.
Francisca, what they have is that they confirmed, the minister also confirmed, the NFF are currently in conversation to get a substantive coach. 1. 2, there's a story just before the qualifiers came through, where former World Football of the Year, hear my words, World Football of the Year, Fabio Cannavaro, confirmed he held conversations with the Nigerian Football Federation. It tells you the NFF are looking for a top coach.
Okay.
Top quality. This is someone who's got great football history. But, Drey, you're looking at me, and I'm sure you've got thoughts of your own as well. I don't know. I know that the NFF will come out with a good coach eventually. I know they'll come out with it. Because if you're talking to someone like Fabio Cannavaro, this is someone who played football at the highest level. Real Madrid, Juventus, Parma, played for the Italian national team, won the World Cup. That's top experience, and it shows the NFF are thinking ahead of the future.
Okay,
I smile.
I also wanted to ask: has there been any coach being listed to take on this job?
No. So there's no look. Drey, it must be new to this scene. The NFF, they work in secret, and I like that.
In secret, and that's how they messed up the whole thing with Bruno Labbadia. They messed up because they were working in secret, and at the end of the day, they were eager to tell Nigerians that, our secret deals has come to reality. And at the end of the day, the coach just jeju, NFF and
one thing I will tell you
Nigerians. So I would rather say that, please make it open.
Why?
Let's know what you are doing.
Is it
so that we don't wake up today or around 5 a.m. or 5:30 or 4:30 and we see, appointments, and at the end of the day, the man comes and say, we never had any appointments.
I think Francisca is right there, because if you look at England, you see when they are sourcing for coach, they make a list of coaches that will take on that job. They do.
There's a list on Nigeria.
There's a list. So
you and I don't have that list. You and I don't have the list. And what they're looking for is top quality. Labadia was quality, and I sat down here to prove why Labadia was quality.
Now, why did he refuse picking the job?
Look, contractual issues always comes with its own bottlenecks. It's not easy because
so would you pat the NFF on the back for what they have
yes,
done, coming to Nigerians, declaring the appointment, only for us to, after a few days, we got to hear that he said, he never committed to coaching the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Francisca,
they had conversation.
Francisca,
he agreed, but he never sealed the deal with them.
If I can just throw this in,
okay,
to err is human.
To forgive is divine. And we consistently see them
if
do
they
this
come,
over
not
and
consistently,
over again.
they consistently gave us 2 good results. In the qualifiers, Eguavoen delivered 2 great results.
No, let's take Eguavoen's story.
How?
The
Who appointed Eguavoen to do the job? Who gave him that job?
Remember, he's the interim coach.
No, but
if there is no coach,
he's the technical director.
Technical director. So if there is no coach, of course he steps
Who appointed him? Who appointed him as TD?
Part of the Nigerian Football
Who
Federation.
appointed him as TD? See, it takes foresight.
Nigerian Football Federation appointed him.
It's like
no
the
doubt
management
about that.
It's like the management of iRival Studio. They took foresight to appoint you to come here because they know that your takes are hot takes.
Okay.
It's the same with the NFF, in their wisdom and knowledge, appointed him as TD.
Then how come are they still looking for a coach?
So somebody who can focus on his TD job, another person can now focus on the coaching part. Francisca, you know these things now.
At this
Francisca,
point,
you can't be acting. Oh goodness! Oh, we signed
I know. See, I know where you're coming from, but maybe we'll just say that behind the camera. But I know where you're coming from, and I know what you're talking about.
I'm coming from a Nigerian. Let's talk about Mauricio Pochettino, somebody who have announced their job. And by the way, it was announced initially, even though not by the federation, but finally the federation just confirmed Poch has been given the job to handle the US men's national team.
Wow, good.
Congratulations to him. That's all I can say because that team actually needs somebody like him to step in with all his experience.
Really?
Yes, with all the experience he has had, and I think the players, they know the kind of coach that's coming in, and they buy into the idea of being him coming in at the head of coach. So I think I just pray it works out better for him.
I hate to be the naysayer, but I just feel he's a specialist in failure.
Why did you say that?
I think he's missed out too many times. Look, played the Champions League final.
He never missed.
Played the Champions League final with Spurs, lost it. Played 2 cup finals with Chelsea, lost it. Everybody wins a title in PSG, so that doesn't count.
Like seriously,
everyone who's played the final in PSG won.
One thing you have to understand is the fact. I was going through his, write-ups and everything, and he said he's happy for the very first time coaching international.
He said the offer was too good to turn down. Now money be that money.
And he said at least he's now comfortable. He's in a place whereby you don't keep asking. The recruitment isn't bad. At least he's got his team on ground doing the job for him and all of that. So I feel this is what it is. Not to say that he's not a good coach. You mentioned Tottenham Hotspur. I know it was when he was coaching them that they were able to go into the finals of the UEFA Champions League. And
but did they win it?
He never won it. With Chelsea as well. Chelsea wasn't the Chelsea that you and I used to know. But he finished in the 6th position for Chelsea. And he did some other 1 or 2 things. EFL Cup, FA Cup. At least it was the semi-finals for the FA Cup. For me, I feel this is just for the build-up of the World Cup. And that's why they saw, this is an experienced player. I think it's someone that can do a very good job for the national team.
All right, let's wish him the best of luck as well and see what he does. Remember, the US national team will host the World Cup in 2026. Before we leave the segment, just going to quickly mention the conclusion of the Paralympic Games in Paris. Well, Team Nigeria did not meet the medal haul of 2020, but we can't deny Nigeria finished off with 2 gold medals, 3 silver medals, beg your pardon, and then 2 bronze medals. And what makes it even more exciting is those 2 gold medals are world records set by 2 Nigerian athletes, Onyechi Mark and also Oluwafemi Ayo. She also pulled up a performance in the powerlifting. So congratulations to them. They both go home with $15,000 from Team Nigeria. The silver medalists will get $10,000 while the bronze medalists will go home with $5,000. Right, so all smiles. Great, really. At least we got shades of medal eventually. We got that feel of the Paris medal.
From the Paralympians, not the...
And the Nigerians.
You make it specific. That's to say that there is ability in disability. The able ones, Let's move on.
All right, Francisca is giving us the tea. So at this point, we're going to go for a break. When we come back, we'll share some thoughts ahead of the Npfl. There's some great news are coming out. There's some new gadgets are on hand. We'll get to listen to someone who's been there, done that, and also heads the Referees Council in Lagos, sharing his thoughts with us about those gadgets and the Npfl refereeing department. Okay, welcome to this part of the show where we look through some of those stories that are going on. Now, before we get into the update on the Npfl, and we've got someone who's seasoned, who's got the experience to talk about it. I just want to get the thoughts of the guys concerning the Nigerian national team. We can't deny Nigeria Super Eagles were in action. 2 games, by the way, 3-0 ahead in the first game against Benin Republic. It was a smash, right? Straight up. They showed them Pepe. Right. Then in the second game, guys I think that was what Francisca was waiting to see. So when she saw Nigeria won the first game, she started getting excited. Our prediction for the second game will come through. We took on Rwanda. Now, unfortunately for us, the Amavubi, as they call it, the Wasp of Rwanda, had never lost to Nigeria at home. That's the facts. But there were a couple of concerns in that game. Nigeria got a goal that was disallowed. I think that was the most contentious issue. Drey, let's get your thoughts on this one. Ademola Lookman, Nigeria's hottest footballer right now. There's no denying that, right? He got a goal that was disallowed. Do you think that was justified?
That wasn't justified. When you looked at that match right there, you saw that goal was a clearly goal. So I know that the referee will go back and look at this match and say, I made a very terrible error here. So when you looked at the match, you just know. But those are some of the things that happen in football. You can't get it 100%. Also, I know the referee would have been, disappointed for disallowing that goal, because at the end of the day, up till now, he haven't spoken about the goal yet. And I know everybody is tripping on social media, asking questions, what is the cause of you disallowing that goal? So that was a very nice goal there. Was it
offside? Because the referee was showing Francisca.
Well,
did it look offside to you?
Exactly. He was saying, it is offside and there. But then I asked, what happened to the VAR? I think that would have been a guide for
I don't think there's a VAR for the qualifiers.
For the qualifiers. No. And... well, it's sad, but honestly, aside from the goal, the officiating was, it was same biased from the referee. That's my opinion. Just like Drey said, maybe it's something that he would have gone to say, oh, why did I actually allow this happen? But I still maintain, maybe at this point, the CAF should look, in terms of qualifying games like this for Nations Cup, CAF should look into getting the VAR so that he mentioned it, you can't be perfect. No one is perfect, but with the
financial implications,
video assistant,
doesn't that play into your mind, the financial implications, knowing how much? Because while Egypt, South Africa, and most part of North Africans can afford it.
Exactly.
How many West African countries can afford it? Nigeria has only one Benin for VAR, only one in all the places, and that's in Edo State.
This is all about you putting your mind to do it, and this is quite going to help you in terms of your decision making. So I feel if you had VAR, video assistant referee, I think there would have been a little bit of, it wouldn't have gone this controversial. So, well, the deed has been done. Thank God it was a draw. At least we got 4 points in the 2 games. Yeah. Let's just wait and see what will happen. But I'm also waiting to see what CAF will say about this, because no one has come out to say anything
about it. There's nothing to say about it.
It's all about moving on then. Yeah. That's what it means.
So what it means at the moment right now is the Nigerian national team has got 4 points in that group. Remember, Group D, Benin Republic, they beat Libya in their second game. So they've got 3 points. Rwanda have got 2 points. While Libya have got just 1 point from the first 2 games. I can't help but think about this, Drey. And on a side note, I'm just going to ask you this question. Who do you think is the hottest player currently in the Super Eagles? In your opinion, who's the hottest player? I
think you mentioned it before now.
The one I mentioned is me that mentioned that one. Who do you mention, Drey? Call the person that you mentioned. Who's your player? Because that's my choice. And I say this because based on what we've seen him do this season, the Africa Cup of Nations at the start of the year, his performance for Atalanta was the top goal scorer last season. That's goal and assist contribution. Scored the final of the Europa League where they beat Bayer Leverkusen, who had never lost last season. He was the one who broke their hearts. And then from what we've seen in Super Eagles, this guy is playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. He's on the Ballon d'Or list. Whether he wins it or not, that's secondary. He's made that list. Currently, he's the hottest Nigerian player in my estimation. But in your estimation, who is?
Okay, when you are rating who is the hottest at the moment? Are you talking about for the national team or
National
both their
team.
club
Level.
and
Everybody, everywhere, currently, based on performance
me,
now.
I will still tell you it's Victor Osimhen.
Okay.
What I will tell you is Victor Osimhen is that we in Nigeria, we always look at the person who is doing well at the moment and forgetting what this person have been doing before now. When you already have an issue with your club, you have an issue with your coach.
So Osimhen is your player, that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Francisca, do you agree with him?
Well, if I'm to go by this saying, you're as good as your last game, then I'll just go with Ademola Lookman, and that ends the conversation.
Okay. All right, let's leave it at that. Because if we start like this, we probably will not leave here
Exactly.
today. I know. So, well, it's obviously out there. Ballon d'Or list. Everyone knows what's on the list. We'll wait to hear when the CAF awards will come out. Now, there are already stories possibly linking that favourites for that position will be Ademola Lookman or Brahim Diaz of Real Madrid. And we haven't heard a third man, but you can't look beyond Mohamed Salah. He's also putting in his numbers this season.
And Vinicius Junior as well.
Well, for the CAF list.
Oh,
for the CAF
okay,
list. For
okay.
the CAF list. So let's just look how it goes out. Now we caught up with the chairman of the Lagos State Referee Council, Adam Salauddin. Well, he broke down the importance of all this and also explained why this gadget could be the joker. Let's get to hear his thoughts right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. Salauddin, let's get your thoughts.
My name is Adam Salauddin. The communication gadgets presently in use by the Nigerian referees has in a way improved the officiating. You will see by the result that went through the week one. A number of teams went away from home and actually got a result. I watched a game here in Kwara, wherein I saw Major Tornadoes went 2 goals up because the referees were able to communicate properly. The main referee, the referee in the center of the game, was practically doing all that we asked him to do. The assistant referees were able to assist him without much ado. And they were able to be sure of what they were calling. The first goal scored by the Tornadoes on an away ground could have been said offside, but because there was proper communication between the referee and the assistant referee, the goal was properly accepted as a good goal, and the crowd applauded it that the referees did well in that game.
So if I may ask, what's the standard of officiating right now in the Npfl?
The standard is continuously improving because at the end, about 2 weeks ago, all Nigerian referee assessors as well as Nigerian referees were gathered in Abuja for an intensive seminar. The seminar was so enlightening in the new trend in how games are officiated. Games have gone beyond laws of the game. There are continuous amendments to the laws of the game that we need to be bringing to our assessors and our referees on regularly. So this was done to Nigerian referees, assessors, done to Nigerian referees all together, and it has impacted in the way the referees conduct themselves from their homes all the way to the end of the game. All referees are aware of what to do, how to do things. They know how to do better. So the standard of the game officiating has really started to be on the upward trend.
So internationally, when you see all this, because if the level of refereeing has improved, we've also seen new technologies come into the scene. The video assistant referee, for one. We've already seen countries in Europe, abroad. We've seen it in FIFA tournaments, CAF tournaments, North Africa, and some leagues across Africa have adopted it. How close are we in the Npfl to adopting this new technology?
Now, VAR, if we get it, will actually help the Nigerian game as a whole. Everybody will go home satisfied. Because even in the developed economy where VAR is used, we see how some turbulent moments. They said VAR was wrong, it was too close, was this. Yes, it will remove some of those pain that we normally feel in football. But it is part of football, those pain. Actually, as a referee, I would prefer the VAR to just go. Leave us alone to take our decision on field, whether we make mistake or not, as long as it's a genuine mistake. It's part of the game. It is part of the pain that we feel that makes us to love football so much. And if VAR is actually introduced in the Nigerian game, it will also help the Nigerian referees to do better and have confidence that even if they make a mistake, the mistake can be checked almost real time and the mistake corrected. Even in England, with VAR, we still see mistake, we still get mistake, and There's nothing you can do about it. It will only reduce it. It will not eliminate mistakes in it.
All right, so one exciting story that's come through to the Nigerian Professional Football League, or Nigerian football generally, this season, Chairman, has to be the introduction of increased numbers in terms of the indemnities. Now, originally, the indemnities has been increased by 50%. Brilliant story. So it means if they were earning a certain amount, which was 150 before, it's now 200,000 for every match. Now, this is minus their accommodation, which will be sorted out by the league body. But I want to ask you that this is a good initiative, isn't it?
Now, the indemnity of Nigerian referees has been increased. We thank the organizers. We thank Npfl and the Nigerian Premier Football League. We thank them for the increase. However, the increase is still very, very small. How much flight ticket? An hour flight in Nigeria is about 120,000 naira. Between 100,000 to 120,000 naira. That's when you get one-way ticket. A return ticket is going to 250,000 naira. Now, if a referee is going to go and do a game, even as close as Wari here or Bayelsa here, you're going to take a flight for 45 minutes. The minimum amount of tickets you're going to get to Wari or Bayelsa is about 100,000 naira. How much is the indemnity you're giving us? It's so small. So we put the referees in danger by transversing this road at night, in the afternoon, everything, using bus. It is not good. But the referee will arrive at the game center already tired, cramped in the bus, and you expect him to do well in the game. The referee is already tired after a long journey. Some people travel during the night. Only very few referees have money to buy a ticket. And by the time they use their money to buy a ticket to fly to bad venue, they have nothing for themselves. Nothing whatsoever. So you can now begin to see how inducement can happen. Some people say, don't worry, we'll send you flight tickets. How do you want the referee to officiate properly? So those are salient questions that we need to think about. If we can get a sponsor that will give us partnership with airlines that can give us free tickets to travel to our bad venues, that will be fantastic. Then the indemnity increase will have been useful to the referees. But right now, the referees are paying to officiate in the Nigerian League because they have passion. If they didn't have the passion, they say, why am I investing money in the Nigerian League? But most of the referees will use their money. I used to fly to my venues. I use my money because I need to attend meeting back in Lagos. So I fly to my venue and fly back. At that time, how much was indemnity? It was less than 100,000 naira. How much was my ticket to go to a place like Kano and come back to Lagos?
So you speak so passionately about this whole situation, and you know it just gives us light about what to expect from the Nigerian football scene, guys. You've heard his thoughts coming through. He's been there. He's done that. You know, when I heard the story about 200,000, I was a bit excited because they said, "Oh, minus accommodation, it's just your transportation and your feeding." And the first thing I thought is, "Oh, maybe me as a referee, I'm going to Ikenne, from here to Ikenne, maybe I spend 10,000 naira, go 10,000 naira, come 20,000 naira. I know I used to eat too much, so I eat another maybe 20,000 or 30,000 naira. I have at least 150 to go home with. That's decent money." But from what he's explaining now, if you're going to say Edo State, or if you're going to, like you mentioned, Bayelsa, to get an airline to take you there costs a lot of money. That's a big worry.
Yes, it is. You know, I just worry that we are still having this conversation. It's sad because he mentioned a whole lot of things. If maybe the team that you're going to officiate for, maybe one of them says, "Oh, don't worry, we're going to send you a flight ticket," then it means that he, of course, he's going to be biased. Let's be realistic.
But these things exist in Nigeria.
He does, absolutely. Do you want to say it doesn't exist? We've seen where referees are being camped, nice hotel, you know, 5 stars
giving
hotel,
all the good things they need,
you know, good things,
the extras,
and well, I wonder what you're talking
contraband.
about.
Actually, that's what I'm trying to say.
But we are talking about what he has said, and I totally agree with him. You know, he mentioned the fact that partnership and all of that. I don't think we should be saying all the story. We have one of us who owns an airline, a jet. We also have one as well. It's all about going to ask those people for partnership. But however, when you are going, you must have a value proposition that you are taking to them to say, "Oh, if you do this, this is what you're going to get. If you do this," because you can't just walk to me and say, "Oh, I want you to partner or sponsor." I would ask you, what is the value proposition? What is in return for me? So I also feel they need to do their own homework too in order for them to get the sponsors and perhaps do something great. Yes, I also love the fact that they are always being passionate when it comes to officiating. You can see them. I have few of them as friends, and you will see the vibes and everything.
Have they ever told you they collected money before?
Can we not say
you
this?
Don't want to review.
Can we not say this on camera?
You are part of the problem of Nigerian football.
Can we not say this?
You are the problem of Nigerian football.
Maybe off camera.
You are the problem of Nigerian football. But Drey, let me get your thoughts about something very quickly. He spoke about VAR, saying he doesn't like VAR. He wants referees to make their decision. You've seen VAR on the international scene. Do you agree with his thoughts on this? Or?
Okay, basically for me, I will say VAR it has come to stay. It has come to solve a lot of problems. We've seen when there was no VAR, we see the problem we encounter in matches. Do you understand? So even if after VAR came, we are still having some little problem, but it has solved a lot.
Yeah.
So when you don't have it at all, you can imagine the kind of cumbersome issue we'll be having on the match.
Isn't that the beauty of football? Isn't that the beauty of football?
It's the beauty, but you know, I've seen some violence in the football field just because a referee make a very harsh decision. But when there's VAR, I'm telling you that it can minimize some errors from referee. So I think taking a VAR is not taking it off is not
I agree with Drey, and that's why it is called VAR. It is called video assistant referee.
Well, you had to spell it for us, really.
Yes.
We all couldn't spell.
VAR. So it is called video assistant referee. We just mentioned the officiating for the just concluded qualifiers. You can imagine if there had been VAR. I think it's a case of him going to say, oh, what really happened? That's not the right of the major people. That's the officiators who do this job in reality.
Yeah.
But then you still need that, oh, let me go and check and see what really happened there. Yes, some people will say, oh, the
that slows the game down, takes out the passion from it.
But then again, it's been giving us results, and it has come to stay.
That is it.
And we just have to adapt. You know, they say
we African people, we find it hard to adapt to any changes that comes in.
So you know, last season, I remember one of the Npfl games. I think it was an Aimba game, where I can't remember. I think it was against Aimba Doma United. Yeah, that's the game. Sometime in the Npfl was played at the Aimba International Stadium. Towards the end of the game, there was a goal that was disallowed, and then the squabbles had back and forth, and they went out of the stadium to go and watch the video, and it caused wahala. Drama.
So you can imagine.
That was VR. I'm just trying to let you know that our people did not agree. But let's go for a break.
Okay, the other side.
Yeah, it can become content. But let's see. I hope that Nigeria football gets technology, and we hope it makes our football a lot better. Let's go for one more break, and when we come back, we'll go through what to look forward to football games for this weekend. Loads of them from the Npfl and the international senior returns. Okay, well, this is the part where I love the most, because the guys will put their stake, right, their necks where their mouth and their money is, wherever it is. I don't know where Francisca's money is because I haven't seen it since our last forfeit, but I'm hopeful that
you keep mentioning forfeit. What are you talking about here?
We have to
We've ended this conversation.
I agree. No, I'm saying
why do you keep
reiterating? For every week, we need to make this. We need to raise the stake a bit higher.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're saying?
So what we'll do is raise it. So maybe next week, what we'll do is whoever comes out last carries a placard. No, stop saying me. I won't pay.
You will pay.
The person will carry paper.
I am very certain.
The person will carry paper. Go outside here and say,
you will.
This is IRL Studios. We're a media organization. What we do is we're looking for We've got to make some of the most. I said, hopefully, I've already caught some of it. I'm bringing it right here just to share with you. I like to see some of the things you can do outside of this office. But hey, we've got loads of football games coming through as well. The Bundesliga is back, the Premier League is back, the La Liga, the Serie A, the Npfl heads into match day 2, and that's our starting point. Drey, I get you on this one. We've got predictions to go through. There's so many games now. Aqua United take on Abia Warriors. Both of them dropped points in the first game. Abia Warriors lost in their first game to it was Remo Stars, 3-1 without Daniel Oguma today. And then for Aqua United, their game was played on Monday. They drew with Lobby Stars. So once again, both of these teams come through. Your thoughts in terms of prediction for this game? Don't worry, we'll forgive you because we know that you are a visitor. But for Francisca's own, no forgiving.
So hold on, I want to get something before Drey.
No, there's no forfeit in this one. Don't worry, there's no forfeit.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Not
Because
yet.
I want to,
Not yet.
I want to chop your money. On this one, I will chop your money. Because you know the rules of the game, Nigeria and Npfl. So you know. I will chop your money.
But let's get
this
started.
Okay, my prediction for that, I will go for Aqua.
Aquai. To get the win. No, that's decent. Let's turn over to you. Remo Stars against Sunshine Stars.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a very tough one. Remo Stars, neither here or there.
But this one you're speaking is grammar. Call the winner.
But I know they are playing in front of their fans, Ikene, and against Sunshine Stars. Hey, this is actually a West derby.
Yeah, Southwest derby.
Wow.
It's Remo Stars. Don't
to be
think
honest,
about
I
it.
think I see a draw in this one. A draw, yeah.
Draw.
Yes, against
Remo will
Sunshine
beat
Stars.
them at home.
Let's wait and see.
Remo.
Let us wait
Remo in
and
Ikene.
see. Let us wait and
Remo
see.
that beats Abia Warriors away.
He no concern me.
Francisca, you form my hands in this one. You form my hand.
He no concern me.
I was going to go with the third game, but that game is too hard to predict. It is El Academy Warriors up against Kwara United. Now, if you've been following stories, stuff coming out of Maiduguri, the flood,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That obviously plays a man. So that game has been postponed for this weekend, right? It will not happen this weekend because of all the flood issues that are currently going on. So that game has been moved. All right, so let's turn over now to the Spanish La Liga. Well, exciting games coming through. Drey, let's start with Real Sociedad, Real Madrid.
It's a win for Real Madrid.
You
It's a
agree?
win. Yeah.
Away from home.
Siska, you agree?
They've been, this season, they've been neither here or there, win, especially
Season
draws.
just starts. Your blood to the hot, Siska. Season just starts.
What if the league ends today?
It will not end today. That's why, thank God, it will not end today.
What happened during COVID?
This is not COVID. Let's go to.
No,
let's
I'm
go
just
to,
asking.
Why do you
The
like to
league
take
ends
us? Why do you like to
today.
take us
What
to the
happens?
past? You know that before we started the show.
Barcelona will carry the leg. That's what it means.
By the way,
perhaps.
the manager of Barcelona was manager of the month. Won all games.
Of course, the guy's
They're
doing
way
a
to
very
Girona.
brilliant job.
They're way to Girona this weekend. Girona beat them at this same venue last time.
But not with this. We had Xavi the last season. This one is a different ball game, different kettle of fish. The guys are delivering. He knows how to speak to the guys. So a win for the guys.
All right. Let's head to the Italian Serie A. Drey. Atalanta against Fiorentina. We obviously know the Ballon d'Or nominee. Ademola Lookman is right there for them. But Fiorentina have got former Manchester United goalkeeper David De Gea.
Yeah, I think that's a good signing for them, and so far so good. He has been making some progress
decent,
in the past 2 or 3 games he has
been
played.
decent.
So
He's still there, buddy. He's still got it.
That's just
He's got
it. That's just it because in Manchester United, the way it is now, they missed him. They missed him a lot.
agree.
So I
What do you
think
mean? They've got Onana.
What Onana?
Andre.
Onana have been the problem of Manchester United. If you
Onana
ask
said-
me,
Why don't we start?
he
Why
has been
don't
the problem.
we start that now?
Yes,
Why don't we start
anyways,
that?
that's true.
Empoli are taking on Juventus, and we all agree Juventus to win
Yes,
this one.
Juventus.
Because
Yeah,
they've also had a
Juventus
good, perfect
straight
start to the season.
winning
Juventus.
In the Bundesliga, Dortmund against Heidenheim. Heidenheim, by the way, if I may remind you, after getting promotion last season, they finished in one of the European places. So Dortmund at home, we've lost a few players. Fulkrug has moved on, but Grace has come through the door. So we're tilting to Dortmund for this game.
Dortmund
Dortmund to
Okay.
straight winning.
Finally, we got Bayer Leverkusen away to Hoffenheim. Drey, I'm going to start out with you on this one again because Leverkusen lost their last game. Lost their unbeaten run, 35 games in the league unbeaten. That was game number 36 against RB Leipzig. They lost it. They lose the fear factor, don't they? Did they win this game or did they lose this game?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what I'm seeing there is, I would say they are going for a draw because a lot of their players went out for international matches, and so I think what they are suffering now is based on so much game they had last season. They played to the last day of the season, so I think they are weak. But I will still go for Bayer Leverkusen to win or draw in this very match.
Alonso, of course.
So Leverkusen to win.
Leverkusen.
I think a draw for me. Hoffenheim. I think that fear factor is gone. Hoffenheim to get something out of this game.
I disagree.
Francisca, the problem we always have. You will start from the past before we enter the show because that's what our producer was tackling for. You kept bringing out the past. Even Drey spoke about it. You brought the past into the present. Francisca, learn.
I've heard you, but it is my prediction of
We're talking about the past. Remember that. You say that before fit but after you haven't delivered it.
I'm going to deliver on this so that my name can be erased from Femi's mouth.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
I'm going to deliver on this.
Yeah, I hope that Prince will also, because Prince will run away.
I will.
Wasn't man, at least you were a woman enough to come through.
And of course, he's not available. And I want to believe.
No, he ran away. That's why he's not available.
He never ran.
You are a woman enough. You came for it. You came to collect the shame that you have. Because I remember that production. You guys, Drey you should have seen both of them. Oh. They said Nigeria will lose the game against Benin. Okay. Then Nigeria will not do well against this. She predicted a win for Nigeria. Unfortunately, that's the one I did not know enter. For me, our forfeit was the person with the lowest score, which is 2 of them. So Prince will run away.
I'm speaking on behalf of him. You know, circumstance played a role, so he was unable to join us in the studio. So.
I'm happy that to humble you like this. And this way, I can leave the show smiling, knowing that we've had a great time right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. Big thanks to Drey for coming through as well. Hopefully, one of these days, we should get you dropping by every now and then to share your thoughts with us. Yeah. And I need to know, where do you fall on that? Because if you are with me, I love you every time. But if you are against me, nah. No.
Of course, it's going to be with me.
No. There's no way.
Man, do you want to start practicing?
Let's move on. Remember, you can also share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you on this show. You can go onto our social media platforms, share your thoughts with us, and drop a comment for us. We'd love to hear from you about ideas, thoughts, and ways to make the show a lot better. Big thanks to Francisca and also Drey for coming through, and Femi. Have yourself a great time, everyone. Remember to go out, do great things, but above all, everyone, be safe.
Yeah, absolutely.